Hey guys, it's postboxpat. Welcome back to a new video, and today I'm going to be telling you guys how to master the Infinity Blade, understanding how to use that blade 100% and win with the blade. Now in this gameplay I'm going to show you something which is very interesting, which is something you should consider with the blade, and that is going to be not taking the blade throughout the entire game. And I'll talk about that as we get into it. I'll also show some footage of me using the blade against people at the end of the game, and also me fighting someone with the blade towards the end of the video. But for now, let's jump straight into this and talk about how to use the blade. So the first thing you want to do is actually gain access to the blade, and obviously the location of the Infinity Blade is on top of Polar Peak. Now you've got to be careful because at the minute about 20 to 40 people are landing there, so I wouldn't go straight for the blade. I'd go for a shotgun if you're playing close encounters, or go for a rifle, whatever you're going on, whatever game mode, go for that weapon. Now this is close encounters, so I guess the type of game is a little bit different, but the idea with the Infinity Blade can still be applied to any situation. So what I'm doing right here is I'm just going for a gun, and obviously it's going to be a shotgun. I grab a shotgun, I just take out people as quickly as I can, grab another shotgun there because I could do with a quick pump really to take out a few people, and you know, I'm doing alright. So I'm just taking out a few enemies there, and then I know the Infinity Blade is going to be around here somewhere. I can hear it, I can see someone's got it, so I'm kind of getting myself ready to try and get the Infinity Blade off this guy. And there's so many people everywhere because, you know, when you go to this Infinity Blade, so many people land for it. You can see the guy with the Infinity Blade here. I'm trying to aim for his head the best I can, but you can build with the Infinity Blade, which gives you a little bit of an advantage, but not 100%. So I get the shot off there, get the headshot, and then go and grab that Infinity Blade when I can. So I think to myself, should I grab it? Should I not? I'm trying to bait people in. I thought, you know, I'm going to grab it. Now the first thing I do, and this is something you guys want to consider, is run with the Infinity Blade if you're on low health. If you grab the Infinity Blade out of the stone, fair enough, you can fight a few people because you're going to have 400 health. But if you've hardly got any health and you've got the Infinity Blade in your hand, run, because this weapon is the best weapon in the game, or the best harvesting tool, should I say. You can see how many materials I'm getting just from a quick swing. You don't have to waste too much time at all. If you can get yourself in a perfect position, you can be earning like 20 each swing, 30, 40 each swing, and it just saves so much time when harvesting resources, and it's just a lot funner. Like, I reckon probably it'd be a good competition to see who would get more resources, either the Infinity Blade or an actual kind of pickaxe. But in this situation here where you're destroying walls, which would take for ages to destroy with your pickaxe, the Infinity Blade is so handy for it, and you can get a lot of resources off it. Now a few other tips and tricks that I gained using the Infinity Blade was to use the blade to actually heal up. But not only you want to heal up with the blade, if you find a shield pot or maybe a bandage or whatever, you want to drop the blade and use that, and then pick up the blade again once you get the opportunity. Now doing this on a squads game mode, or maybe a 50-50 or the team deathmatch mode we have at the moment, probably isn't ideal because someone's going to pick it up. But if you're communicating with your squad, you could share the blade to all heal. You could also use the blade in duos to heal, or like I'm doing here in solo, I'm just simply running away from the opponents, getting enough resources ready for the game mode, and just setting myself up for the game with full health. Now in the right situation, I would drop this blade and actually go and grab the weapons in the if the opportunity occurs. Now what I'm trying to do is actually find a bunch of weapons. So in this game mode, close encounters, if you haven't already played it, balloons are very useful, jetpacks are very useful, and in my opinion my favorite shotgun on this game mode is the heavy shotgun. So I'm just looking for a gold heavy, some balloons, some shield, and I'd be set. But obviously if I don't find that, I'm not going to drop the Infinity Blade straight away until I get the opportunity, or until I don't think I can win the fight. Now consider that you don't have any weapons when you're holding the Infinity Blade. All you have is resources. So you've got to have the right opportunity to suddenly change your loadout, and it is a very wise move if you guys can set it up. Like in this game I do end up doing that, and I will play some gameplay of some other things as well where I don't end up doing that, so you guys can get the full hang of the Infinity Blade. Learning how to win with it is very handy. So like I'm saying, I'm just simply trashing everything up, but look at the amount of resources I'm getting off doing this. The thing that makes this useful is it will give you a wide range of resources. The best ones I've noticed to destroy are the stone walls. You'll get about 20 to 25 resources off these walls, and they're very useful. So you can see me here destroying them right now. 25 there, 24, absolutely wrecking them, and you get a good chunk of resources. And if you destroy multiple things, you get them resources. Sometimes it just doesn't show up at the bottom left, but right then you can see I got about 400 resources in the space of 20 seconds. It's insane. You're going to see this probably in the meta for harvesting, but getting your hands on it is not easy. Only one person out of 100 players can get their hand on this blade at one time. It's an interesting weapon, and honestly, I really enjoyed it. So let's wind on from me actually just grinding resources, because you're probably getting a little bit bored, and show you guys how I use different things. You can see me there using the slurp to heal up, and watch how fast it just heals up there. But let's wind on from here and go into a little bit of combat. This is when that decision making with the blade is very vital. So you can see on my right, I have a player. I know that he's not going to have much height advantage on me, so I can get pretty close to him. I don't know if this guy was a super standard player, he was only a streamer, but to be honest, he seemed a little bit like a default. He didn't really fight back, he just kind of just watched himself get sliced with the blade. But that was an easy kill, but the next few kills that I get aren't easy at all, and I have to make the decision, do I keep or drop the blade? And that's where it does come in handy, the ability to drop it and actually pick up the weapons you can see on the ground. Now do consider that if you're on maybe a normal solo rather than close encounters, you probably would have already dropped the blade by now, because anyone using balloons with an AR is just going to counter you so much because you won't be able to hit them. And with close encounters, the same again, anyone using balloons or maybe a jetpack, you've just got no chance against them using this. And you can't use balloons with this. So for example, if you were to activate balloons and then pick up the infinity blade, the balloons just disappear. I've already tried that. So you can see here again, taking on the right fights, knowing that I can get the kill. So I'm just wound the game on a little bit towards where I just jump off the mountain and go towards a launch pad. Same game, moving in. You can see a guy down there with the quad crasher, is it? Yeah, that's it. So I can see him, and I'm going in with my glider. I'm getting in the right position to try and jump onto his quad. Missed it, but he didn't know I had the sword because I was using someone's launch pad, which is pretty handy. Bear in mind, you can't actually take launch pads. And then I just absolutely wreck him with the sword, take him out. I see another opponent rush in. I don't think he realized I have the sword either. Again, if anyone gets that close to you, you're near enough going to win every single fight with the sword. You can see me here just ripping through opponents. The next opponent I come against here, I did the little dash ability at him, but 25 damage is not what I want. And this is the situation where I said to myself, I think it's time to get rid of the infinity blade, and it was. So what I do here now, I try and build myself out of this. Again, I'm not the best builder, so I'm struggling a lot here. Even though I have tons of resources, I'm not too sure what's going on. I'm pretty sure I can hear several people around the area, so I'm just trying to build myself out of it, but it just keeps going wrong for me. So I'm just trying to keep that guy down with his balloons. What I'm doing is I'm putting them up to make sure he doesn't get height on me, and unfortunately he does slip out on that side over there. So now I'm trying to like box myself in, trying to just build a few boxes. Not too sure why that edit didn't work, but there we are. I've built a few boxes. What I'm trying to do is actually get myself some weapons. So what I do is I break the floor by editing through, and then go down there and grab myself what I can find. So I'm just waiting for my health to regen as much as I can, but I get the right opportunity, drop down and grab as much as I can. Now unfortunately I didn't grab what I wanted. I only actually ended up with a jetpack and balloons. Not too sure why the other things didn't pick up, but I try and get myself a gun. There you are, you can see that I've got a gun with 7 bullets, and I'm just overbuilding here really, to be fair. Shouldn't have really done that, but it's just trying to get myself safe. You can see that guy's trying to edit in on me, so I place that stair and get out of there. I could have picked up the infinity blade again. It's just too risky though when someone's got a jetpack and they're outbuilding you. You've got no chance with the infinity blades. You've got to try and know that situation. If you've just killed someone with the infinity blade, take all their loot and use their inventory to fight someone. So you'll notice in this game, no one actually goes for that infinity blade now in the last 5 people, because it's just not useful in that end circle, in my opinion. I will display some gameplay clips in a moment after this game, so you guys can check out a few different situations I've used. You can see me fighting someone with the infinity blade, which is just near enough a guarantee win if you've got balloons or a jetpack. And also, if you've got the infinity blade in the last 2, you've really got to get yourself in the right position to get a win, or you won't win. But do consider, if you have the infinity blade, you will win near enough any heal off, unless someone has a campfire and a med kit. I'm pretty sure they might beat you there. Just though, but you'll have 200 health and they'll just beat probably around 200, maybe a little bit more. If they get it perfectly timed, they might beat you. But if they've got not many healables, you are basically going to absolutely wreck them in any heal off if you've got maxed health. And bear in mind, yours does regen every like 3 or 4 seconds. I don't know the exact time. It's not as quick as a slurp, but I know that the infinity sword can regen at a decent rate. Not as much as a slurp, but it'll probably help you a little bit. And if you had a teammate who placed down maybe some campfires, you'd basically be set with the infinity blade in your hand, and you'd win near enough any heal off. So you can see me here going in. I finally decided I've got a decent loadout now. Unfortunately, not much ammo, But I've got what I wanted. I've got some balloons. I've got a jetpack. I'm running on 8 kills. There are a few opponents left. I really wanted to win this game, so that's why I'm playing a little bit stealthy now. The only reason I wanted to win it is so I could use it in this gameplay. So I was thinking to myself, what an awesome game this has been for the drop of the Infinity Blade. I've had a tough situation now. Like, the people I'm fighting right now are pretty decent console players, so I am really struggling against them. I'm trying to get myself in some good positions. My balloons just aren't working out. They keep auto dropping because I keep pressing the jetpack and stuff. I use A usually on my jetpack because I have the triggers set behind me. So I end up doing that, and then also I end up doing some weird stuff like here. You can see I missed that shot. Usually I don't miss my shotgun shots, but them 2 misses really did cause me to kind of fall behind. And now we're in a 1v2 or 1v3 technically, or 3v4 basically between 3 people. You can see me here. I've got good shotgun aim, but it's just a little bit unfortunate that they aren't at different ranges and stuff. You can see this guy here moving. Couldn't get the hit on him when he's moving with his glider. So what I end up doing is getting close as I can to him, obviously to use my shotgun. But still, with 2 opponents left, I'm kind of worried. I hear that they're fighting over there, and I think to myself, you know, we can still win this if we position myself right. So I try and grab that med kit to heal up. I get some minis as well. Try and box myself in. But then as soon as I box myself in, for some reason the guy's just got the kill, and he decides to start breaking in, and I go, hold on a minute, how's he done that? And I don't know how he made that unless he got it from the outside. But I get out of there straight away. And obviously he's already firing shots at me. He actually shot my balloons down, and now I'm pretty worried. But luckily, with that extra building skill there, I managed to get out of that pretty quickly, using their minis again to heal myself up. I try and get this med kit off, but it's difficult because he's constantly on me, this guy. So I've really got to get myself in the right position. And I can see the balloons to my right, and I'm thinking, you know, if he's picked up the Infinity Blade, them balloons are going to be handy. So I need to go and grab them balloons from when I can. But there he is again using his balloons. So I get in, I grab them balloons right there. Only 3 balloons, enough though to get a little bit of height. I only use 2 balloons, obviously, because if I use all 3, I end up going straight to the sky. Unfortunately, once again, he targets my balloons and takes them out, so I have to equip my last balloon, which gives me a little bit of a jump, but nothing major. Enough to get me enough height, really, but not really what I wanted to do. So I've equipped this last balloon, and it'll keep me above the enemies a little bit, but not much. He's got 2 balloons, so obviously he's going to be able to take advantage of that. But right now, it's a 1v1, and we're in a situation where the Infinity Blade is still available, but I just don't want it. Like, the Infinity Blade would not be handy right now with him having balloons. Now, later on, you'll see in a minute, just before it ends, he actually runs out of balloons, which the Infinity Blade could have been handy as I go and target his balloons. But yeah, you can just see we're kind of not really having a build-off. We're just kind of having a fight here, trying to get some shots off, trying to destroy his balloon. I think he may have taken a little bit of fall damage from that fall there, because I destroyed his balloon. Fortunately, I drifted into the storm. Luckily enough, my headshots aim was on point in this game, and I managed to get that victory royale. But let me show you guys some more clips using the Infinity Blade. So in this next clip, someone has actually decided to build a sky base on me. Now this is quite rare, but with the Infinity Blade, or for example with the Thanos LTM, a lot of people were building sky bases to actually fight the bots because they couldn't really reach up. Now with me being able to build, I could simply build up there, but it's a lot of resources, and especially with the circle moving, I could easily get shot down. So, you know, he's up there. I can't shoot him down because I have no weapons, and there are no weapons on the floor for me, to even attempt that. But he does have balloons. So with him having balloons, I'm going to take a disadvantage as well there, because obviously he can drop down on me. But he dropped down. He didn't really know what he was doing. I just kept swinging my sword. Every time he built, I just kept breaking it. He obviously was out of balloons there. He didn't get enough height to take me out, which would have worked out better for him. But I guess with the circle moving, you don't really stand much of a chance. And there we are. We have it. So the next clip I've got for you guys is me actually fighting someone with the Infinity Blade in the final circle. Now, to be honest, I would never recommend taking the Infinity Blade to the final circle unless it was kind of like an all flat area and the person didn't have any jetpack, didn't have any balloons, and hardly had any resources. Then I guess the Infinity Blade might come in handy, or if it was a 2v1 or something and you were on the 2 team, so you probably have more of a chance there. So here, you can see in this game here, there are 3 people left. I'm one of them, and it's someone with the Infinity Blade and someone without. I thought, you know, we may as well take the guy out without the Infinity Blade first, so I'm just using my shotgun to eliminate him. Easy elimination there. And this guy with the Infinity Blade, I've been fighting him the entire game. He just kept running away, and now it was finally my one-on-one to take him out. Using balloons, guys, is going to guarantee every single time for you to be able to beat the Infinity Blade, because you just jump and he can't do anything. Now he could build and get the same height as you, but you can see here I just built up a little bit to get a little bit of height. He goes in straight for the destroy, but he fails because obviously I use my balloons and go out there, and for some reason he just decides to jump in the storm, take a little bit of damage. You can just see me here just spraying him down with the shotgun and just consistently using this shotgun against him. It's just going to absolutely beat him, so I'm just doing that over and over, keep getting the height, and he just jumps into the storm. No idea why he decided to do that, but he decides to jump back into the map, and there you are, a lovely shotgun shot, gets the victory there with the final kill. But I hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. I do hope this guide does help you master the Infinity Blade, understanding exactly how to use it. Personally, I feel like the only use for this weapon will be moving around the map a lot quicker, harvesting resources, in solo that will be, and obviously in squads and duo it may come in a little bit more handy in combat situations with that extra health. But I didn't try it out on them, but we'll have to see how it fits in that for the meta. But I hope you guys have enjoyed. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe. Remember to use code postboxpat in the item shop and send me a screenshot on my Twitter, and you'll be sure to get a shout out in upcoming videos. And once again, this is postboxpat signing out.